So I took my most finished, most beautifully considered poster, and now I have cut the background away and am left with a spot illustration, right? But a spot illustration that also includes text and fully considered text, right? So from this to this, simple enough. Now, in order to see how versatile this is as different products beyond just a print, I'm going to crop a little bit closer to it to save some memory, because even empty pixels take up memory, right? And I'm going to see that this version is better than the one I had before I did the finishing. See, all that kind of layered work really helped to make it a little bit more exciting. And now I am going to save this as a TIFF, as an archived sticker spot illustration. So I'm going to call it, and you can do this, it's not something you're going to upload here, but it's my final spot illustration as a TIFF. But notice this TIFF I never flattened. I just deleted all the layers except for this one transparent layer. And it's to show you that TIFF can also support transparency with LZW compression. So you don't need to flatten an image or fill an image in solidly to save it as an archive file. So if I printed this image, it would fill in the background with white, right? But then I would lose my edge. So that would be kind of sad. And actually, it's good to see it that way, because it all makes sense except for right there. So that drop shadow I need to reduce, and I'm going to do that through dodging it and first desaturating it. This is for maximum versatility, right? So I want to kind of test my spot illustration before I upload it to Redbubble. For this, I'm going to select the empty space, then select the inverse, so I can keep that sharp edge. And then I'm actually going to paint with white. To clean this up. Let's use a regular brush. Normal mode. Ah, come on. I'm doing opacity. I want to do size. Here we go. And it's really that edge right there that made it so it wouldn't work on a white background as well as on other backgrounds. Okay, so how do I test it? Behind it, I fill in behind it with solid white. This is just all my kind of professional practice, right? This is all optional. Next, I build a layer on top of that. I fill in behind it with middle gray. Next, make a new layer and fill that with black. And to me, a good professional spot illustration should look good on all three. On the white, on the gray, and on the black. And it will show you things that might need to change a little bit. For instance, I need a little bit more white here, especially because it kind of stair steps up. So I'm going to go ahead and in my folksy way, add that in. with a small brush, 100% hard edge at full opacity. Try not to undo the kind of cool, glitchy versatility of that edge. That's why I didn't just do an edit and fill. This is why it's important to be at full resolution. Now I don't mind that. I guess I could clean it up a little bit, but that looks good on all these. The slight kind of glitchiness, that's okay. Whoops, wrong layer. And then on the other side, this also looked a little thin, the inside of the D there. Now that I'm going to go ahead and just use a marquee and then go ahead and say edit fill with 100% white. And then I'm going to cut away from it just to make sure it looks like a hand-drawn edge. So a big part of finishing is bringing the same finish to everything so that nothing really leaps out. Same thing here. Delete a little bit. Same thing here. Just going to soften and delete a little bit, getting into that space in between the letters. And I think I want a little bit more of a white outline on this D. So there's a reason digital artists work long hours and why concept artists can work so fast is because they're not trying to finish something, truly finish something. And this poster might be the very first thing in the class that we've created on our own where we're trying to sweat the details. We've had time to do that. And then of course our final project is the main thing where I want you to be able to put that into place. Because you don't have to learn new skills to do that. You just have to decide which of your existing techniques is best. So for your final project, you can use digital coloring, you can use digital painting, you can use digital inking, you can use compositing, you can use animating, you can use vectors, you can use raster, you can use something brand new, but it's up to you. Whereas here, we're always trying to learn new skills with these assignments. Okay, so now this looks finished. I like how it looks on black. I'm going to just be super picky. And I want a little bit more white right there. And then I'm done. Then we can move it on to Redbubble. If you want to be made self-conscious about how long it takes you to do stuff, just record yourself and make video playlists of how long each project takes. But in an ideal world, you guys would be excited about the work you're creating, right? Excited to share it with an audience. And sometimes that comes from the cognitive dissonance of just having to work on something a lot. And you kind of form a relationship with it that way. And whether it's the best thing you've ever done or not, you can feel proud that you really tried to make it something that was generous to an audience. You did your best. Right, I think this is the last thing. Now we have truly customized type. So we're going to save this as a TIFF. with all those backgrounds in there. Even though they take up a little bit more memory, it reminds me this is a final spot illustration. It works well. Okay, now to put it up to Redbubble, I need to turn off those backgrounds and save it as a PNG. So this is going to be my RB, so just my method, final spot illustration. Oh, I didn't change it to PNG. RB, final spot illustration, format, PNG. So it's free floating. Okay. PNGs, for some reason, are kind of take longer to save than anything else, I've noticed. But while that's saving, I can go to Redbubble. I can sign into my account, make an account, right? And then I'm going to say underneath my options, add new work. And I'm going to drag and drop that final, here it is, mark that purple. Going to drag and drop that. Want to make sure it's fully saved right to here, to upload to all products. Remember, you can make this private so that no one sees it. So just by putting it on a Redbubble page doesn't mean it's public to anyone on the internet. Okay, it looks like this is saved. Good. Okay, so I can bring this in. Come on. And while it is uploading, I can come up with a title. I'm going to call it. All right, so I like the black. Okay, now this is the fun part, right? The stickers. Look how beautiful that is. It adds its own little white edge to it. It's amazing. Love it. But you can also get it with a transparent edge. You can get it glossy. Very nice. That's what I'm excited about. Stickers. I don't think I want an iPhone case of it. This one's kind of fun. So this is the big benefit of a spot illustration, right? That you saved as a PNG. I can pick any color background I want now. So what I'll usually do is pick one. So let's say I like that. Let maybe warm it up a little. Okay, then I want to copy that hex code for that color, and I'll use that on other products. But check out well, I'll show you on another thing. No one buys phone wallets, so I'm safe there. Experimenting with it. But I can also tile it. This is fun. And make it into a repeating pattern. And because I designed it as a square, that's going to work pretty well. And by having it at least at 350 pixels per inch by 10 by 10 inches, your size is plenty big for most of these products. And you can apply the changes, but then actually decide, oh, I don't want to enable it after all. The pillow works well. Let's put in that background color. You just copy the hex code, right? And then you want to look not just at the layout, but also at the preview, because something like a pillow, they get sewed at the edge, and you don't want it to like have the tip of your illustration right at the seam. Floor pillows are like dog pillows. They're just really big.